Hi everyone, how you doing? Ron here with How Do I. So in today's video, we're going to get into the basics of running Microsoft Teams. This is the very first course. So this is going to be a basic course on how to get started with Microsoft Teams. So the first thing that you want to do is look and search for Microsoft Teams on Google. Or if you have the app that you've downloaded, you can do this. But let's start this as if we were just beginning and starting off with Microsoft Teams. So you come over here, Google Microsoft Teams, you'll see that this icon here brings you to Microsoft Teams sign in. You click on it and it presents us with the sign on screen or an option to download. So if you wanted to download this, you can, or you can just sign in from here. So let's just do a sign in. Now, as you can see, as I'm signing in, it's asking me if I want to open up Microsoft Teams because I do have the application, but if you're not a user of Microsoft Teams, and you prefer Zoom or a different application and someone has invited you to Microsoft Teams to try out, you could always use the web app, or you can download the Mac app if you have, or the Windows desktop version. So here I'm just going to cancel and kind of just do a sample of using the web app instead. So click over here, use the web app. And as you can see, welcome to Teams. How would you like to appear on Teams? First name Stay, surname Frosty, and it's associated with one of my older numbers. So here I can continue, or I can use a different account. So here within Team, you have the left pane window here, and underneath here you have the activity, the chat, the meet, the calendar. Underneath the hamburger options, you could click on there and you can search for a filter by name. And as you type in, let's say you had something, Jimmy, it would actually pop up and populate with someone by the name of Jimmy if they're in your group or contact list. So over here, connect with loved ones. You could reach out, and if you actually had their phone number or their email address, you could populate them and add them, and they would get a notification to tell you that they're actually on Teams, or you tell them that you're actually on Teams. For workplace and collaboration, this is where you separate it, because if you wanted to just have a chat with family related topics, you can do that. With workplace, yes, and then just with friends in general. So this is a great way to organize events, etc., whether it's personal or business. So you can see collaborate with coworkers, friends, and family. And underneath here we've got Meet. Okay, so Meet, you could actually enable your camera and you could do a Meet right now, or you can schedule a Meet. So if you go to Meet now, you could there's a couple of options that you can do. You could copy meeting link, share via default email, share via Outlook email, and then as soon as we press Outlook email, this is going to open up Outlook itself because I'm signed in, and it sends them an automatic link. Click here to join. Okay, this is great, and then it actually populates the calendar for right away. So let's close this and go back. Let's cancel this. The other option here is to meet later for a scheduled date. Okay, so schedule a meeting. This is great. It's the same concept. You could say my meeting schedule for this date, let's say tomorrow, and click on schedule. Then it's going to provide us an option with the same options here. You could copy the link and paste that into WhatsApp or some kind of messaging communication. You could share via Outlook or share via calendar or just by default email. Okay, that could be something that you're running, like Safari or Microsoft Outlook, a different app, etc. And over at the bottom right here, you could stay in the know, so you could turn on desktop notifications, so you'll get little pop-ups and icons as meetings is being used, or if you have scheduled meetings, or if someone had sent you a meeting, you'll actually see pop-ups. And Microsoft Teams is being widely adopted. I'm seeing it more and more by different organizations. People used to use a lot of WebEx, a lot of Zoom calls, etc. Now I think a lot of people are transitioning to Zoom just because of the whole interface of having everything in one place. And what I mean is, you've got chat, meet, calendar, and you could also filter, like I mentioned, just by group types, from personal to business to friends. So the next thing here is calendar, right? Whether it's physical meetings, etc., or blocking off time. This is great for people that are in your teams, right? Whether it's personal or business. What you can do here is, if you had an appointment, let's say you had to take your kids to the doctor and you wanted to block off a certain time. So let's say not available, and you could put something kids doctor's appointment Okay, and you can just do this from 1 to 3 o'clock, 2 hours, does not repeat, add location, and then you can come over here and type in anything that you want. Say not available, busy, or for any reason that you want, and you click on save. Close that. That's it. So people will look at your calendar, everyone on your team. You can come back in here, organizer, you can edit, and you could also filter as well. So you can, and then you could just save and close, or just close, and then you can see that people can see this within your calendar, people that are on your team, etc., or that have available access to see your calendar. And you could also add this to Google Calendar if needed. So that's it for the video for getting started with Microsoft Teams. In the future, lectures are going to go into more details about setting up chat, meet, calendar, different options on how to connect different mics, earpieces, Bluetooth, etc., chat options, as well as calendar invites and all that stuff. So let's get into the next video.